Congress plans to subpoena Joe and Hunter Biden to testify about the Biden family bribery scheme. Trump's January 6th case will happen before the Republican primaries in an attempt to jail the former president before he can become president again. And New York refuses to drop its sanctuary city status even as illegal immigrants flood the town and suck up all the city's resources. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps me out. So thank you so very much. President Joe Biden has finally responded to claims made by his son's business partner, Devon Archer, who accused the president of speaking to Hunter Biden's business partners at least 20 times via speakerphone. When asked about Archer's testimony by a journalist from Fox News, Biden stated, "I never talk business with anybody, and I knew you would ask lousy questions." When asked why he considered the question lousy, Biden snapped and said, "Because it's not true." Now, the main man investigating the Biden family bribery scheme is Representative James Comer. And he believes that Biden will deny the allegations, which he's already doing. In fact, he just appeared on Fox News where he claimed he will subpoena the Biden family. He stated, "We know that this is going to end up in court when we subpoena the Bidens. So we're putting together a case, and I think we've done that very well. We've shown the bank records. If I had subpoenaed Joe and Hunter Biden the first day I became chairman of the committee, it would have been tied up in court, and the judge would have eventually thrown it out." So Hunter Biden and Joe Biden could be on national television under oath being asked whatever question the committee desires. That would be very dangerous. So I believe James Comer is correct in stating that Hunter Biden and Joe Biden are going to fight tooth and nail to make sure they never sit in front of this congressional committee. While this is bad news for the Bidens, his leading competitor, former President Donald Trump, also received some bad news of his own. Trump's prosecutor, special counsel Jack Smith, has just attempted to set the start date for the Trump January 6th trial on January 2nd of 2024, so in the presidential election year, which is before the presidential Republican primaries. Furthermore, the filing stated that the trial will last between 4 and 6 weeks, which means Trump could be charged as a way of getting him to drop out of the election. However, Donald Trump has said he will still continue to run for the office of president, even if he ends up in a jail cell. Now, wouldn't it be interesting to study this years from now in American history as someone who ran for president from jail and possibly won? I don't know what's going to happen with this whole thing, but they're definitely trying to get this in the year of the election. Now, Trump is saying that this is election interference, but the Department of Justice, who takes their orders from Joseph Robinette Biden, are saying this is not foul play. This is us doing justice. This is part of justice. Now, in the wake of all the controversy, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin has once again broadcasted to the world that he's ready to leave the Democrat Party. He can't stand them anymore. He stated, "The brand has become so bad, the D brand and the R brand. In West Virginia, the D brand, because it's the national brand. It's not the Democrats of West Virginia. It's the Democrats of Washington, D.C. You've heard me say a million times, I'm not a Washington Democrat." So, do you think Joe Manchin will leave the Democrat Party? He would be the second senator to leave within the last year. Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona already abandoned the Democrat Party. Now, perhaps he's setting himself up to run for president as an independent. There has been some rumor about that, but until that happens, I'll continue to monitor and let you guys know. New York's Mayor Eric Adams just appeared on CBS News to attack officials such as Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who continues to send illegal immigrants crossing into the United States to New York City. While Adams claimed that Abbott's actions will decimate the city of New York, he refuses to remove the city's sanctuary status, which means legally the governor of Texas can continue to send as many illegal immigrants there as he wants because they are registered as a sanctuary city, basically a depository for people that have illegally snuck into the country. Now, it does sound like New York will be overrun, but because of their pride, they refuse to back down. And so all of the people in New York, it's like billions of dollars of their tax money are going towards people that don't even have the right to be in our country. I mean, it's a slap in the face to those that pay taxes in New York. NBC News host Chuck Todd responded to the outcry from Democrats begging Biden for help in regards to the migrant crisis. He stated, "I guess Governor Greg Abbott was right when he said, once we get blue cities to deal with this, that they would be so upset at the federal government." Now, this whole situation is very sad all around. Just today, Texas troopers from the Department of Public Safety found 10 abandoned children abandoned by human smugglers near the Mexico-U.S. border. They were reportedly taken there by raft and then abandoned in a very dangerous way. So hopefully these children who, they don't know what the heck is going on, they're just being trafficked all over, will get, some kind of safety and be protected. Now, over the last month, gas prices have soared by 30 cents. Have you noticed? I certainly did. The Biden administration continues to claim that Biden took historic measures in order to lower gas prices. However, Republican Senator Kevin McCarthy shot back at this claim, stating, "Instead of unleashing our nation's energy production to lower prices at the pump, the president is doubling down on the same radical Green New Deal policies that increase gas prices by 60% since he took office." Now, I knew gas had gone up, but did you know that it's gone up by 60% since Biden took office on day one? I didn't realize it was that high. That's nuts. While America is falling apart, President Joe Biden is reportedly attempting to secure another $25 billion of U.S. taxpayer money to give to Ukraine. However, a new poll released by CNN showed that over 50% of American voters don't want additional money sent to Ukraine. So as each month goes by, that number increases where Americans are saying, hey, listen, we support Ukraine, but not with our money. This is getting ridiculous. We're not even taking care of our veterans, our senior citizens, our people on Social Security. Life has become so expensive, but what do? Keep shipping it over to somebody else. Now, speaking of the war, Poland just announced that it will increase the number of military troops on their border by 10,000. Poland Defense Minister Mariusz Błaszczak stated, "We move the army closer to the border with Belarus to scare away the aggressor so that it does not dare attack us." Now, I see what they're trying to do. Hey, let's send another 10,000 people to the Belarus border to scare them away from attacking us. But don't you think Belarus is going to be like, hey, dude, why are you sending 10,000 armed men and women to our border? And now they're going to retaliate, and this is how things continue to ramp up towards World War III. Ukrainian President Zelensky has openly declared that Russian supply vessels and ports are now Ukrainian military targets. Zelensky defended this new decision, stating, "Everything the Russians are moving back and forth on the Black Sea are valid military targets." The story started with Russia blocking the grain corridor, threatening to attack our vessels, destroying our port. If Russia continues to dominate the Black Sea and block it with missiles, then Ukraine will do the same, which is a fair defense. If they continue to shoot, we don't have many weapons, but if they continue to shoot, They may be left without ships until the end of the war. So you see how this is escalating? Hey, you're attacking us. Now we're going to attack you. Now we're going to attack you even more. Now we're going to attack you even more. And so I told you about a month ago during an interview that my prediction was that things were going to ramp up in tension at the Black Sea. And unfortunately, I was right. Now, back in Ecuador, presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was killed by an unknown gunman. They haven't been able to identify the person, but this Villavicencio was running for president as an anti-crime politician in order to block the cartels that are taking over the country of Ecuador. Unfortunately, he's angered them because he was probably a giant threat to their criminal enterprise, and so they had the guy taken out. Very, very sad. Now, before you go, let me remind you that you are amazing. I know the news is heavy. Trust me. I read it every day and have to wash my brain out when I'm done. But I want to remind you that you are amazing. Never, never, never forget that. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out these important videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video.